What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. And today we are going over our Money in the Bank predictions for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view that is going down this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm excited for this card. There's a lot going on in this card. It's only 4 matches, but there's a lot to talk about. And I am going to bury the lead. The first match we have on this card is the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men, which includes Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Seth freaking Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano. Now, there's a lot of guys in this match who are capable of winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. LA Knight being one of them. Solo is a long shot in the dark, but could see it happening. And then there's Seth Rollins, someone who is known for one of the best Money in the Bank cash-ins ever. The reason why the cash-in at WrestleMania is a thing, called the Heist of the Century, who is now once again a heel, with a heel faction group of Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. And now, I have to ask you guys this question. I have to stop, and I have to ask you guys this question. We've been living with this faction for about a month and a half, 2 months now. Let me ask you this. Do you think this is working? Do you think this Seth Rollins faction is truly working? For me, it's a little bit of yes and a little bit of no. The reason being is, yes, we don't understand officially yet as to why Bronson Reed joined the group. We haven't really gotten those answers yet, or why. So with that, I understand why we would all be confused. Totally get it. To me, we know why Paul Heyman joined Seth Rollins, but we don't understand what Paul Heyman does for Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins really hasn't changed. His character hasn't changed much at all since he joined this faction. And in my opinion, what would make this faction the best, what would make this faction even more fire, is if Seth Rollins started acting like Roman Reigns. That would be tough. If Paul Heyman started showing up on Monday Night Raw and Seth wasn't, that would be heat. Let's say Seth is doing his obligations at NFL Network, so Paul Heyman's going to Raw every week with Bronson Reed and with Braun Breaker, and they're putting them on the private jet. Make Seth Rollins feel like a superstar. These two megastar. But that's the thing. Seth Rollins is one of the most talented wrestlers walking God's green earth. In-ring elite. Phenomenal wrestler. But is Seth Rollins a superstar? Is Seth Rollins a megastar? Is he one of the biggest draws? Is Seth Rollins the one we're going to see every night? I don't know. If you would say you would put Seth Rollins as the biggest draw. And because of that, I feel like that's what Paul Heyman should be doing. Paul Heyman's main job with Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker is to make everyone become stars. That's what should be happening. In my opinion, Seth Rollins is just being Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman and a bunch of other guys next to him. That's one of my biggest problems about this faction. It doesn't feel superstar-like because I feel like Seth's not treating it as superstar-like. The drip, the aura, everything is there, but they're not tapping into it. They're not using it yet. For example, last night on Monday Night Raw, Sami Zayn told CM Punk, we cannot let Seth win the World Heavyweight title. We can't do it. Why? If Seth's going to be there every week, doing his same old stuff, just with the title, how is he really hurting the business? Seth should be evolving. This should be Seth's way to transcend the business, to become a bigger superstar in this world, like a Roman Reigns, like a Cody Rhodes, hell, like a CM Punk. You see, CM Punk's always at these Netflix events. Why ain't we sending Seth Rollins? I'm saying, it would be interesting if Seth took a page out of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns book. It would be awesome to see that. But I feel like right now we're just not there yet with it. And if I had to pick a winner to win the Money in the Bank, I'm probably going to pick Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, for this to succeed, Seth Rollins has to win the World Heavyweight Championship. It's just that deep. It's just that real. Seth Rollins has to win the Money in the Bank in order for this faction to truly be a success. For this faction to find its wings and grow its legs, you need Seth Rollins to win the title. And I think the best way to get heat on him is to do some chicken shit heel work to take the title off of Jey Uso. So with that being said, I can see Seth Rollins winning this match also. But if I had to pick another person to win, I'm going to pick LA Knight. Because I can see CM Punk and Sami Zayn getting involved in this match to try to screw Seth Rollins. And then you hear that tribal chief music and everybody goes batshit crazy. And speaking of, let's talk about the tribal chief Roman Reigns. I see on Busted Open, I see on 83 Weeks, and I see on all of these other platforms and other people talking about wrestling. And everybody's saying, we're in a lull right now. We're in a lull. Like, it's not exciting. Nobody feels like a big superstar. I wonder why. Is it because the tribal chief isn't there? Because let's be real here. The Raw after WrestleMania, when Roman Reigns' theme music hit, that crowd went stupid. I understand people call Cody Rhodes the quarterback. I understand, I get it. Is Cody Rhodes a bigger superstar than Roman Reigns? No. And if you really think about it, if you really want to keep it a being, we really want to tell the truth here. WWE was more exciting when Roman Reigns was at the center, at the helm, and when Roman Reigns was champion. Roman Reigns being champion is what's best for business. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. I know people won't like that. I don't give a damn. Roman Reigns, if you really think about it, Roman Reigns is probably the biggest star in the company. Period. He's going out. He's doing movies. And somebody said CM Punk's probably the most popular wrestler right now. Probably can't argue that. People, the streets, love CM Punk. Will CM Punk win the World Heavyweight Championship or beat Cena? Yes, absolutely. The biggest match, there's two big matches CM Punk can have right now. And I mean the biggest matches. CM Punk versus John Cena. You can say CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes somewhere down the line. And it's CM Punk versus Roman Reigns 1v1. Period. Point blank. The tribal chief is one of the biggest stars on the motherfucking planet in our world of professional wrestling. And to me, there's no way. And the reason why Seth Rollins, his factions kind of feels like it's been lacking is because he's not the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Is Seth Rollins a better wrestler than Roman Reigns? Yeah, I'd say that. Sure, absolutely. Is Seth Rollins a better character than Roman Reigns? No, he's not. Just the way it is. But after listening to my long ass rant, I apologize for that. I'm going to pick Seth Rollins to win the Money in the Bank this weekend. Next on the list, we have the tag team match of Cody Rhodes, World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso versus WWE Champion John Cena and Logan Paul. I mean, if we're being honest, this match is just basically getting us to our eventual Cena versus Cody number 2. I feel like that's exactly what we're leading to. That's exactly where we're getting to. And I understand that. And I feel like for John Cena to suffer a loss, I feel like it would be this one. It's a tag team match, non-title. Does it really matter if John Cena loses this match? No. Would this match hurt Cody if he lost or took the pin? Yes. So I'm going to pick Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to win. But I do think maybe if they do lose, I can see Gunther interfering and screwing them over because Jey Uso does have to fight Gunther on Monday Night Raw, which makes me think if it's Jey versus Gunther on Monday Night Raw, if Seth Rollins wins the Money in the Bank, could we be looking at a new World Heavyweight Champion on Monday night? It's very possible. It's very possible. That's all I'm going to say. But for this match, I'm going to pick Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to beat John Cena and the Maverick Logan Paul. All right, next on my list, we have for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. And if Becky Lynch loses, she'll never be able to compete for the title. Becky Lynch wins this match. So I think this match is going to be a banger, though. Don't get this twisted. I think this match is going to be fire. I think this match is going to be dope. Very competitive. I'm going to go Becky Lynch will defeat Lyra Valkyria and become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. And for me, finally, my hot take, this will be the match of the night. The women will steal the show. Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley versus Julia versus Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer for the women's Money in the Bank. This is going to be my match that I truly think is going to steal the show. This match is going to be a banger. This women's Money in the Bank ladder match has stupid amounts of talent in it. And honestly, if I had to pick a winner for this match, it comes down to two people, Naomi and Roxanne Perez. Rhea Ripley doesn't need the damn Money in the Bank ladder match. She's a big enough star the way she is. She 100% does not need that briefcase whatsoever. I think Stephanie Vaquer is going to put in work, but I do know that her and El Grande Americano, Chad Gable, they're both working double duty because they both have to perform at Worlds Collide the same day. They got to work two matches that night. So I'm not sure if Stephanie's going to be able to win this match. Julia has a future. I do think Julia will win the United States Championship at SummerSlam. So I don't believe Julia will win this match, but I definitely do have her as the U.S. champion. I just think it comes down to Roxanne. Like Roxanne and Naomi. Like Naomi, if you want to talk about somebody who's earned it, Naomi has earned it. Naomi has been awesome in my opinion as a heel. I think she's been super dope. And I just feel like Naomi, as your Miss Money in the Bank, I just feel like she'll do such a great job as champion, especially then that adds to her and Bianca and how they continue to tell their story too. I really enjoy that like a lot. So I'm going to pick, if I have to pick, like this is difficult, bro, because like I kind of also want to pick Roxanne. Like the Prodigy is the Prodigy for a reason. Roxanne is a dog. And I know she's telling the story with the Judgment Day and all. And like I know she's telling the story with the Judgment Day, Daddy Gum and Liv and Raquel. So it would be funny if Roxanne was to win that title. Win the Money in the Bank, excuse me. It would be great to see Roxanne win the Money in the Bank. But I just can't pick against Naomi right now. I'm going to pick Naomi will be your women's Money in the Bank winner. That is my Money in the Bank card, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know you guys' picks down below. Who do you have winning the women's Money in the Bank and the men's Money in the Bank? And tell me why in the comments below. I want to know what y'all think, because this can go either way. This can get real dicey, and I'm really excited to see where we go from here. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And it's been your boy D, Forever Gang. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until forever finds you.